Well, let's start on page 43. We got to get going. That was fun talking about baseball, though. You guys are awesome. Page 43, adverb clause. All right. The adverb clause is a group of words that begins with a WWW word. Now, some of you who are new to my class, that's new to you, I'm sure, but I'm going to tell you what that means. You know how we have fanboys? We use fanboys to help us with coordinating conjunctions. This is like that. It's like a fun way to remember words that are part of an adverb clause. Okay. So it says it contains a subject and a verb. An adverb clause is a dependent clause, which means it must be added to a sentence that is already complete. So here we have WWW word plus subject plus verb. Now, here's how you memorize it. It makes it so much easier to remember these words. If you can remember www and then we say dot, Asia, dot B, that sounds like a website, but it's not. It's to help you remember these words. So W stands for when, this W, while, W, where, A, as, S, since, I, if, A, although, B, because. So most of you that have had my class before already know that. www.asia.b stands for when, while, where, as, since, if, although, because. When, while, where, as, since, if, although, because. Now, if you have a post-it note handy in your supplies right with you, hopefully you do, I want you to label this page. And you're going to get out a post-it note. And then at the top, we're going to put adverb clause. And then I want you to put www.asia.b. This is on the part that's not sticky. Okay, so stick it upside down. So you can stick this up above. Adverb clause www.asia.b. This is for you to mark your page so that you can remember what that stands for, because you're going to start marking these now in your books. I see Dominic coming in. Good morning, Dominic. We're on page 43. After you write adverb clause and www.asia.b, this is how I like to stick it up here. It's okay if it covers some of the words, but stick it so it's just a little bit above so you can see what it is here like that. It's okay if it covers a little bit. That way, when you're doing your homework, you could be like, oh, wait, what's an adverb clause? Oh, wait, here it is. I marked it. Go to this page. So look at the example here, and you're going to mark it with parentheses like you do for the who, which clause. It says, because Robin was now an outlaw, he had to hide where the sheriff could not find him. So we have the word because, and that's the B in www.asia.b. That signifies that it's an adverb clause. It starts with because and it goes all the way to the comma. Because Robin was now an outlaw. Notice it has a subject and verb pair inside the clause. And then you label it with AC. AC does not stand for air conditioner. It stands for adverb clause, just so you know. AC. And then here's another one in the sentence, where the sheriff could not find him. Where is one of the W's. So that tells us that's the beginning of the adverb clause and it goes to the end of the sentence. It has a subject and two verbs here. So this is the adverb clause. You will use these eventually in your dress up list on your checklist. It's not there yet, I don't think. Is it? Wait, is it on your checklist yet? I don't think it is yet. Let me just peek because now I can't remember.
Let me just ask you something.
No, it's
Yes,
not there yet.
the homework, 41 and 42 were way off on the book. Oh yeah, like
answer
41
book.
was
Yeah,
screwed
like
up
I had
really
to fix
bad.
it. Like it was terrible. Like there was only like two prepositional phrases or something, and there was like three, and it was like only like supposed to be like what one adjective, and there was two, and like the sentence was all messed up.
Yeah, the sentence was
Oh. Yeah,
flipped.
my mom sent you a couple, like actually three messages that
Oh,
literally through
I've been so busy. I'm not even
through,
caught up on my
through
messages.
Google
Yeah, I sent a
Class
message too because it wasn't.
On page
and
41,
42.
And
guys,
yeah,
she
both
was
of
too
them were
busy
messages.
Yeah,
watching the
my mom.
Packers game.
Yeah, I sent it. My mom sent it a message. Well, it was me. It was me sending it, but under my mom's name.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay, well, I'll look at those messages this week.
And
I
I
gotta
did
get
want to say,
caught
I
up.
don't think you graded my homework from last week.
I know I'm super behind. I'm super, super behind, but that's okay. I'll get caught up. I just had to, we had like 500 people come to our farm, so it was a lot.
Hey, that's fine though, because I heard on your recording that you have like over like what was it, like 87 kids or something. So,
85 students. Yeah, I have 85 students.
and
Yeah.
about how there was this one kid that you need to talk to or something.
Oh. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get back to this. So you're going to be labeling these in the book now. And then there's a comma rule that goes with this. So it says use a comma after an adverb clause that comes before a main clause. So here's the pattern. AC, adverb clause, comma, MC, which is main clause. So if the adverb clause comes first, like this part right here, you use a comma. If the adverb clause comes after the main clause, you don't need a comma. It's MCAC. No comma there. So this is the comma rule that has to do with adverb clauses, okay? And then down here, there's a little think about it. Many words can be used as different parts of speech. However, a word can perform only one part of speech at a time. For example, as can be a preposition that begins a prepositional phrase, and as can be a WWW word that begins an adverb clause, because one of the A's up here is as. So it depends on how it's used in the sentence. If it's a prepositional phrase or if it's an adverb clause. Now, here's the difference between phrases and clauses. Okay, phrases do not have verbs. Clauses do. So that's something to keep in mind as you're looking through these things and deciding, is it a clause or is it a phrase? Check. Does it have a verb? Then it's a clause. If it doesn't have a verb with it, it's a phrase. So here it is as a prepositional phrase down here at the bottom. As an outlaw, Robin hid from the sheriff. You see how it says as an outlaw? There's no verb there. It has as, and then an is an article, and then outlaw is a noun. There's no verb. Here it's showing it as an adverb clause, as he hid in the forest. Now we have as and hid is the verb. So I know that's an adverb clause because it has a verb with it. Robin collected a band of loyal men. All right, so they just wanted you to know as can sometimes be a prepositional phrase and sometimes it can be an adverb clause. Let's move on to the practice page here. All right. How about Reagan? Can you read the sentence for us today, please?
For an entire year, Robin sheltered in the Sherwood Forest while he met other outlaws and gained valuable hunting skills.
Okay, good. Nice reading. And sheltered has a ed. This is going to function as a verb here, but it just means to hide or find a safe place, right? You shelter in, you're hiding. So that's what Robin was doing. He sheltered, he found a hiding place. There's only one article, so go ahead and find that. It's pretty easy. And then we have 5 nouns. Kristen, what about those 5 nouns? Where are those?
Robin,
Good.
Sherwood Forest.
Yes, and we're going to do this like a little bracket like that because it's the name. Good.
Outlaws.
Good. Last two are a
Skill.
little tricky. Yes, skills is one. Good. And then there's one.
Year.
Yeah, you're right. At the beginning, I was just going to give you a clue because whenever you see the article, that signifies that a noun is coming. So that's correct. Year, Robin, Sherwood Forest, outlaws, and skills. There's one pronoun. Dominic, do you see where the pronoun is? I don't know if he's able to unmute yet. I haven't heard him yet.
Sorry, hold on.
Oh, okay. The pronoun is like he or she or it or they or them, those types of words that refer back to another noun. Do you see one of those words?
He.
There you go. Good. So
After a
he,
while.
yep, you got it. That's the pronoun. And then Abby, what about the adjectives?
Entire.
Okay, good. That is telling which year it is, the entire year.
Other.
Good.
Valuable.
Good.
And hunting.
Yes, good. So these are all describing the nouns it's next to. So they answer questions like which one or what kind or how many. So entire year, other outlaws, valuable hunting skills. They all describe the noun that follows. Very good. And then there's one coordinating conjunction. How about Ryan? Where's that fanboys word?
The coordinating conjunction is and.
Very good. Right here. And then I'm going to skip prepositional phrases, but Ramsey, do you see where the adverb clause is? Let's write this in just for those that are new to it up here to remind us. Write it like this, www.asia.b. Each one of those letters stands for something. So Ramsey, do you see one of those? You can look back if you need to on page 42, 43.
Is it while he met other outlaws?
Yes, it is. Very good. Put parentheses around it. Label it AC. Good job. All right. And then Tyler, what about those subject verb pairs? Your favorite.
Robin is a
Good.
subject.
Robin's a subject.
Sheltered is a verb.
Good.
Met is a verb.
Met is the verb inside that clause.
And he is going to be the subject in that clause.
Very good. There's one more verb.
Gained is the verb. Ends in ed.
You know what? And I messed up. The adverb clause, Ramsey, doesn't stop here. That's my fault. It's supposed to go all the way to the end. Sorry, guys. Because this keeps going, even though there's a comma here, and you're going to see later that we don't need that comma because we're only connecting two verbs. He met and gained.
So it's while he met the other outlaws and gained valuable hunting skills. That's it.
All the way to the end. Yep, that's
Okay.
it. Yep, I told you wrong earlier. I was like, yeah, that's it, but it's not. So it goes all the way to the end. There you go. And so that includes both verbs. And the reason why is because the adverb clause has a subject and then those two verbs with it. Okay. How about the prepositional phrase, Alex? Where's that at?
Ooh, my favorite.
Your favorite. There you go. There's two of them.
For an entire year
Good. For an entire year.
and in Sherwood Forest.
Very good. In Sherwood Forest. Nice. All right. Good job, you guys. Reagan, how about the opener? What kind of an opener do we have here?
It's a prepositional.
Yes. What number is that? Do you remember?
2.
Good. Prepositional. Tyler, do you have a question?
Yeah, so when we have so like Sherwood Forest, both of those are nouns, so we have like the connecting. So
Hmm.
since we have the prepositional phrase there, would it stop at Sherwood or Forest? Does it
It
go all the
stops.
way through or stops halfway?
Yeah, because it's think of it as one. So yeah, it goes all the way to Forest. That's a good question, but we're counting it as a name, so it's gonna go all the way to the end of the name, basically. And then Abby, what about the capitals? Where do we capitalize words here?
For
Good,
Robin
good.
and Sherwood
Yep,
and Forest.
and Forest. And then Abby, what about the comma rule? Do you know what that one is?
We take away the comma after outlaws.
Yep, and I kind of gave it away earlier, but you're right. Take that away, the little squiggly thing there. Now that doesn't look right. Should be like this there. Because you're only connecting two things, no comma, and then the end mark is just a period. Okay, I'm gonna have to look into whatever pages you guys were talking about earlier, 41 and 42, it sounded like. So I'll check those out.
Just me, it's bad.
I don't know what happened to that, but I'm gonna catch up on all my messages, all my grading this week. I'm gonna get back to the routine this week. So hang in there with
I
me.
feel you. Sometimes I lose my routine on like my homework. Like I do something when I'm supposed to be doing another thing and it messes everything up and I get behind. Then I'm like staying up late, like, I'm doing my homework
Yeah.
like when I should be asleep or something.
All right, you guys wrote about the heart in the ox stall. The heart in the ox stall last week. And I have time for two people to share your story if you want to share with the class. I see people raising their hands. Let's see who hasn't had a turn. Is there anybody that hasn't had a turn reading your paper yet? You guys already have. Okay.
I think
Okay, so
everybody's
raise your
done.
hand again if you want to read your paper to the class. I see four people. How about Kristen and Alex this time? Sorry, Abby. I know Abby and Tyler, you guys wanted to also. I'm going to write this down so we can make sure to take turns. Kristen and Alex. Because I want you guys to be able to have turns sharing your stories with each other. So, Kristen, you can go first. Did you remember to give it a new title and everything too?
Could I go second? But yes, I did remember to give it a new title.
You can go second. Are you ready, Alex? Do you need me to pull it up for you?
I have it. I want to go
Okay.
second. Just
Okay.
kidding. I don't care. Wait, I have it right here.
Okay.
It's just after these folders. Oh, yeah. The title kind of sucks, but everything else is kind of good.
Okay. That's all right.
I couldn't think of something.
Tell us what your title is anyway.
It's called Double Check.
I like it. What's wrong with that title? That's a
It
good
kind of
one.
sucks. It's kind of lame.
Oh, I like it. Okay, go ahead and just read it.
All right. Once there was a hart who was being chased down by hounds. The hart, who was scared, hid into a ox stall and jumped into a pile of hay. The hunters asked, "Have you spotted a hart?" The stable boys who were eating softly exclaimed, "No, we have not." So the stable boys went into the ox stall and declared viciously, "Look, there is nothing." Then the stable boys and the hunters left. Then the master came in afterwards and said, "What are those two curious things in the hay?" The stable boys, who heard this anxiously, walked to the stall. The stable boys eyed the hart and soon killed it. Then they knew that nothing escapes the master's eye.
Nice.
After they learnt their lesson. So next time, always double check.
Nice. Very good. Sorry, I didn't mean
And
to
I
cut you
added
off.
anxiously because they were probably all freaked out because they like screamed at like the hunters and it was like
It was a
right.
perfect LY adverb. I love it. All right, you guys, you know what to do in the camera and give him some reactions on your Zoom. Good job. I like it, Alex. Yes, and I was listening for those banned words. You did pretty good avoiding that because I heard you use like I'd instead of saw. So nice. And so on your checklist, you had ly, who, which, and strong verbs. Did you underline three things in each paragraph?
Yeah, I actually underlined four for the who which clause, so
Oh, okay.
you see an extra one, yeah.
Yeah, so that's okay. But next time, if you have extra, that's great, but only underline one of them. But I love that you have more than one because that makes it even better, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
okay, nice. Very good. And then Kristen, when you're ready, go ahead and tell us your title and then you could read your story.
So my title is The Heart and His Folly. The story starts when one day a hart got chased by dogs and hunters over beautiful rivers and pastures. The chase had been going on for some time. The chase had started when he was eating on his favorite hill. It had delicious sparkling berries, blackberries on it that would make your mouth water if you tasted one. While he was eating, he heard a shout from somewhere close behind, and he noticed that they were hunters. When he They were loud and seemed dangerous, and they had dogs, so off he ran. He ran so far that when he almost gave up, he spotted an ox stall. He pondered to himself, I think that would be a good place to rest. When he got inside, he hid under some hay until he thought that he was completely covered. Up in the farmhouse, the stable boys were seated, pondering about their hard day's work. All, all the casks got out and they had to round them up, which had taken them hours. Plus, the wind blew up. They had just finished dinner and were resting by the fire when they observed many hunters coming down the hillside. Has anyone seen a hart? We have been chasing him for hours. Can you look in your barns for us? They asked. Of course, the stable boys replied. Follow us. As they looked and found nothing, they became discouraged. As they came to the last ox stall, they quickly glanced around and didn't bother to look carefully. There is no hart here, they told the hunters angrily. We are all cold now, and wet too. Next time don't bother us unless there's really something in our barns. The hunters quickly left, and the boys went back inside. Shortly afterward, the master came in and declared, I couldn't help noticing that some hunters came here earlier. What were they about? Oh, they thought that there was a hart in one of your barns, but they were mistaken. We looked in every barn and could not find anything, so we told them to leave. The stable boys replied. I will go have a look, the master declared. As the master looked in the barns, he did not become discouraged. Instead, he looked even more closely the more time he spent. He, as he came to the last ox stable, he noticed something unusual. As, um, as he was searching, he observed two curious things sticking out of some hay. He called the stable boys. Come over here. I'm no I'm I noticed something odd in the hay. The stable boys came as quickly as they could and discovered the hart and quickly killed him. They whispered to one another, we should have looked more carefully when the hunters were here. The master will not trust us with what we do because he will feel that we didn't do it properly. And this they learned that no folly escapes the master's eye.
Wow, nice. Very good. Yours was a lot longer. Wow, Kristen, you wrote a lot. And I loved how you had a lot of conversations in your paper and you stayed away from said. That's hard to do. You used like replied, declared, and stated and all those different things. So nice job. I like it. Very good. All right, you guys. We're gonna put away that week. That was week 6. And put away the pink page. Let me show you this one. Remember this one with the LY? This is really a great list to hang on to, but I want you to put it behind the tab that says stylistic techniques. in your binder toward the back. Look for the tab that says Stylistic Techniques and stick it back there behind that yellow page. That way, when you guys are writing your stories or your papers, and you need an LY word, you know where to find it. Go behind Stylistic Techniques for that. Good job, you guys. Really good writing.
Is it fine if we just keep the blue one in our pocket? Because I constantly need to look back at it.
It's okay as long as you don't lose it.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. Or if you want to keep it at the very front of your binder, that's okay with me too. But yeah, thanks for asking that. The rest of the heart and the oxtal can go in your finished work, wherever you're keeping
So
your
the
finished.
pink page goes behind stylistic techniques, correct?
Yes, that is correct. That is correct. And then you're going to get out week 7. There's a lot to get out for week 7. I'm going to forewarn you here.
No.
It's
When can
called
we
Dangerous
do
Birds. We're moving away from, it's called Dangerous Birds. Okay. We're moving away from the creative writing for a little bit, and we're going to go back to more like academic report writing. But don't worry, if you like the creative writing,
Yay.
we're coming back to it later.
I like the academic report writing.
I do too. I like that better myself, but we'll come back to the creative writing again too. Tyler?
So, I forgot to tell you my binder took a unfortunate fall a couple of weeks ago,
Oh no.
and like
No.
all of the papers came out, and I
Oh
have not got
no.
it fully back yet, and I do not have page 63 and 64.
Okay, you'll have to find those later. You can just watch what I have here. I think I'm recording this. Let me double check. So you can always, once you find it, you can, yep, I'm recording it. You can
Hey,
watch it.
luckily 63 and 64 is only one page. That's the yellow
Yeah.
page.
Do
So
have page 67 though.
three,
Oh,
4,
67.
5.
67? That's crazy.
There's 7 pages with this week, okay? It's called Dangerous Birds, okay? And we're writing, this is a report you're going to write next about dangerous birds. You also need a piece of lined paper, so make sure you get a piece of lined paper out,
Oh, yes.
okay? And then we're going to start with taking some notes here. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me double check here. Yeah. Actually, let's look at your colored pages first. Look at this pink page here. You have another pink page in this packet. Let's just look at it really quick together. Another great list of LY adverbs. I love these lists. It helps me so much because sometimes I get writer's block, and I'm writing and I'm like, man, I need a LY adverb and I can't think of anything other than surprisingly, and I've already used it like 5 times. So this is great. You just know that you have this list too, and they categorized it for you. You've got words of importance, words of how often, words of commonly used ly adverbs, and then these relate to sequence, and then how likely down here, and then emotions down here. So these are categorized in different categories, but they're all ly adverbs. Okay, Tyler, did you have a question?
Yes, I'm only seeing this page. Hold up, this is the only page that I have right now.
Let me see your.
It's the add your own one.
Yeah, that's the one we just put away in the stylistic techniques tab from last week. So
Okay.
you can use that still. But yes, Abby, did you have your hand up too?
Did you say there were 7 pages?
I think so. Yeah, let me double check here.
I have 12 pages in mine.
Maybe like
Oh,
6 to 7 pages.
I think you took out too many. It goes from page 61, this one, all the way to 73.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about front and back. I'm talking about like pieces of paper.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're right. Technically, it's 12 pages. Yeah, you're right.
I
Okay.
am also missing pages 71 and 72.
Tyler, you're a mess today. What am I gonna do with you? It's okay. You must have forgot to close your rings and then your binder just went.
No, I did. I was doing my fix it grammar and it fell out of my lap and like hit the floor upside down and I knew immediately when it did that all the pages were out.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I tell you,
Yeah.
the first week of my class on my first with Mrs. Cisneros, I forgot to close the rings and everything came out,
I
and I was
remember that too. That's why I'm always like, close the ring.
traumatized.
Close the
Yeah,
ring.
I
I
was in your
waited for
class. I
so
was in
long
your
for my
class,
binder to get here.
and it came out, and I was like, yeah.
All
And
right,
and I
so
was like,
we're gonna, oh, I gotta keep going. We're gonna talk about the topic clincher rule. This is something new on your checklist this week. And I know some of my students that have had me before, you know what that rule is. Does anybody want to volunteer to tell us how the rule goes? I see Tyler's hand. Okay, Tyler, tell us the rule and show us the instructions.
I am voluntarily allowing myself to make fun of me for this.
Okay, good job, Tyler. I'm proud of you.
The
So,
topic
there you go.
clincher repeats or
Whoa, whoa,
reflects.
whoa, whoa, wait. The topic sentence.
Yes,
Go
the
ahead.
topic sentence repeats or reflects 2 to 3 key words.
Okay, you're close. You're close. Okay, Abby, you do it. I saw you doing it in the camera.
Uh,
The topic sentence.
repeats or reflects.
Oh my gosh, you forgot too? Okay, it goes like this.
Something like that.
Reagan, do you know what it is?
I think I got
The
it.
topic sentence and the clincher sentence must repeat or reflect 2 to 3 keywords.
All right, she remembered.
Oh no, I remember
Okay.
this now. This is giving me
It
traumatizing
goes like
memories.
this. Okay, everybody stay muted because it echoes too much if you unmute. So it goes like this. So everybody put your hand up like this and say the topic sentence, and then put your hand down and say, and the clincher sentence. And then you make a fist and you say, must repeat or reflect. You're going to do like a C shape, like repeat or reflect 2 or 3 key, like you're turning a key, words. Okay, now let's say it together at the same time. It goes like this. The topic sentence and the clincher sentence must repeat or reflect 2 or 3 key words. Okay, that's pretty good. You guys will memorize that, but you know what key words are because we've been doing it since the beginning of class. But do you know what repeat or reflect means? Who can tell me the difference between repeating and reflecting? Who can tell me that? What does that mean when you're looking at a word? What does it mean when you repeat a word? Alex, what does that mean when you repeat a word?
Well, it's when you keep repeating the word, it's like the and the and the
It's
and
the same word, right? It's over and over again. It's the same word. So if I have the word cold, cold, and cold, that's repeating. But what if I want to reflect the word cold?
or you would
I
just like another
reflect that.
word that's like the same meaning kind of.
That's another word with the same meaning, kind of. So what would that be, Alex? For cold, what
So
could you say instead of cold?
chili.
Chilly, good. Or freezing, something like that. Okay. That's like a synonym. If you remember that in grammar, a synonym is a word that's different word, but means almost the same thing.
I
Okay.
could never pronounce synonym. I would always say cinnamon.
Cinnamon, exactly. So anyway, we're going to start seeing that now. This topic clincher rule right here. The topic sentence is the very first sentence of your paragraph. This is your outline. And the clincher is the very last sentence. But here's the rule. They have to either repeat or reflect 2 to 3 key words. All right, now let's set this up. I got to go through this kind of fast because we're a little behind schedule. So go ahead and put your name on your notes here. We're going to take some notes together. Today's date is 10/28/25. We're moving into a new unit this week, and it's called, go ahead and skip a line, and it's called Summarizing a Reference. This is what we're working on this week. We're not going to tell stories from story sequence chart anymore. We're done with that for now. Now we're going to do a report. And what we're going to do is summarize a reference. The word reference means like a book, or it could be an encyclopedia, wherever you're getting your information, right? That's what reference is, the information. Summarizing, I want you to just underline the SUM part of that word. When you see SUM, you might think of math, like when you add numbers together, like the sum of 2 plus 3 is 5. But really, what you're doing when you summarize, draw an arrow down here and write the word SOME. Because really, what you do when you summarize something is tell some of the information, not all of it. And we're going to learn about dangerous birds this week. And there's going to be a ton of stuff you're going to learn about them. But you have to narrow it down and only retell some of it, because you don't want to rewrite the whole thing, because that's kind of silly to do that. You don't want to rewrite the whole paper. You're only going to pick some things. So underneath that, I want you to draw a little funnel shape. You guys know what a funnel is? Yeah. It's like when you're changing the oil in your car and you're pouring something from a big jug into a small opening. You use it for cooking too sometimes. You use a funnel to kind of make it into so it can fit something small.
Do
Inside,
we put the funnel under the sum or like next to it? Or does it matter?
oh, I put it under it. See where mine is? And then I wrote some numbers in here. I wrote the number 20 here because let's say when we read this article, we're going to learn 20 facts about a bird, but we only need 7. See how that's at the skinny part, because we only need 7 in our outline. We only need 7 facts, not 20. We want to pick 7. Remember, we're picking some. So who remembers how we decide? What are we going to choose? How are we going to know what facts to pick? If you have a bunch of facts, I see some hands. How are we going to know which ones to pick? Okay, Abby, what's something we look for?
Something that either sounds interesting to us or that we didn't know before.
Yes, let's put that word interesting. I like that, because as you're researching, when you pick interesting facts that are interesting to you to put in your paper, that will likely mean that whoever's reading your paper will also think it's interesting. So that is one thing to look for. What else, Tyler? What other types of information are you looking for to make it to put in your paper?
Well, I was gonna say like write down the facts and then do like process of elimination.
You could do that. The other words I'm looking for are relevant and important. So these are the types of facts you're looking for. If you have a bunch of facts and you got to narrow it down to 7, you're going to look for the most interesting, the most relevant, and the most important. Some of the stuff you're not going to include in your paper. That's how you narrow it down. Okay. And you have a subject. Go ahead and skip a line and let's put subject. So the subject of your paper this week is dangerous birds. That is what you're writing about. That's your report. Your report this week is going to be about dangerous birds. That's your subject. The topics are your paragraphs about those dangerous birds. So go ahead underneath that. Let's skip a line here and let's put the word topics. Now, these are going to be each paragraph, and they've organized this for you. And you don't know about these birds yet, maybe some of them. But the first bird you're going to learn about today is the hooded pitohui, is how you say it. Pitohui. The hooded pitohui.
Never heard about that one, but I've heard about the ostrich one. I was looking
Mhm.
through them. And the
That's
other.
the other one. You're going to learn about the African ostrich And the last one is called Southern make sure I spell it right. Cassowary. I'll give you a chance to write that down. So these are the 3 types of birds. They're all dangerous that you're going to learn about this week. So each one of these becomes a paragraph. Your whole subject is dangerous birds, but each one of these becomes a paragraph. So next to it, I want you to put Roman numeral 1, Roman numeral 2, and Roman numeral 3, because these are going to represent your 3 topics. That's how you structure a report when you're writing a report. Okay, give me an emoji thumbs up when you got that done. See that? Good. I know we're going kind of fast, but we're kind of catching up here. You're going to notice in your packet of stuff that you got out from week 7 that each one of these is a paper that you're going to read. Each one is an article. You're going to read an article about the hooded pitahui. You're going to read one about the African ostrich and the southern cassowary. Okay, now I want you to turn your notes over to the back. Just turn your line paper to the back, and we're going to set up your keyword outline for the week. We're going to start with Roman numeral 1, and you're going to do 1 through 7, but 7, yep, you're going to do 1 through 7. I just wanted to check that. So it's going to go like this. So move over a little bit, 6, 7. So you're going to look for 7 facts about the bird, okay? And then under 7, I want you to put that word clincher.
I just noticed how you only said 6, 7, and not any of the other numbers.
Yeah.
Somebody told me that yesterday too. That's funny. In the margin up here, I want you to write topic. By the way, I didn't really get to explain clincher. When you hear that word clincher, you think of like clinching something you're holding on. Like if you go on a roller coaster, you might clinch, clinch onto the thing, the bar that goes across your lap so you don't fall out. You're like, you grab something, right? So in writing, the clincher is grabbing the reader in a sense, okay? So it just means that you're making it grab the reader. You're going to connect the topic sentence, which is this one, and the clincher sentence. They're going to repeat or reflect. And don't worry if you don't really understand what that means yet. We'll talk about that more next week for sure. Because I know that's new to a lot of you. I'm going to make a note here. Okay, go ahead and skip a line and let's do Roman numeral 2, 1 through 7. 6, 7, because I have to. I can't help it now. Nobody knows what that means.
I have a question though, but do you actually know that it's a meaning and stuff?
I do.
Yeah, but no, nobody knows what it means because it doesn't have a meaning.
Exactly. But I do know that it's super popular to talk about it.
It's everywhere.
It's everywhere.
My mom gets so mad when we talk about it because it's just so annoying. And one of my dad's friend, our client, our work partner in work, just turned 67 the other day.
There you go. That's funny.
I'm on a baseball team, and all day they just go around saying 6, 7.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm like, why? Doesn't make sense.
No, that's
I
all they
know.
say.
My teammates were like, Coach Q hit us 67 fly balls. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Or the coach would be
Uh,
like, no, the kids would be like, can we just allow 6 runs and then we score 7? And I'm like, oh my gosh.
all right, you guys, I want you to write in the names of these dangerous birds next to each Roman numeral. So next to Roman numeral 1, you're going to put hooded pitahui and do a comma and a blank, okay? And then African ostrich, comma, blank. And then the last one is the cassowary, comma, blank. All right, I'm going to get all that set up for you. I wish we had time to read everything and take notes and stuff, but we have some time left, but not a lot.
I
Okay.
just want to say to Ryan and Ramsey that baseball is not easy. It is super hard. You only have 1.2 seconds to react when the
Okay,
pitcher's
we're going to
throwing.
stop there, Alex, okay? So each one of these is going to be about a dangerous bird. The reason why we have a blank here is because you're going to think of an adjective or a word to describe these birds in your outline, but we're not going to put it yet because we haven't read these articles yet. So looking at the hooded pitahui, that's going to be on page 65. It's a short one. The hooded pitahui, that's a short one. But I'll just read it really quick with you, and then you can help me think of a word to describe these birds. So it says, the hooded pitahui, and this is how I know how to say it because it's telling us how. It says pit-a-hui, that's how you say it, is the first poisonous bird ever discovered. The bird lives in the forests of New Guinea, where it is known as the rubbish bird. Part of the oriole family, this songbird is brightly colored with a red or orange belly and back and a black hood-like head. It is medium-sized bird, averaging about 9 inches in length. In 1989, a researcher was assisting a hooded pitahui caught in a mesh trap. Its claws scratched the man, and his skin grew numb. He licked the cuts, and his tongue grew numb too. Tests showed the bird's feathers and skin were poisonous. While the hooded pitahui primarily eats fruit, it also consumes various insects, and it probably gets its toxicity from eating coracine beetles. The poison is a batrachotoxin, I think is how you say that, similar to that of the poison dart frog, and it may serve to deter predators as well as protect the birds from parasites. Local natives know not to hunt or eat the pitahui. All right, after we read that, is there one word you can think of? You can put it in the chat. What's one word that we could put in our outline to kind of sum up the hooded pitahui? You can put it in the chat so we can all share our ideas in here. Poisonous, yep, that would work. Maybe dangerous. Unusual could be one because, we don't really hear about birds being poisonous. We know like spiders are poisonous, snakes are poisonous. Rubbish, yeah, they use that word rubbish in there. All right. So I think for me, I'm gonna pick poisonous because it did talk about how it's the first poisonous bird ever discovered. Okay, so what you're going to do then from here is there, and by the way, I forgot to have you underline things that stood out to you. I forgot to have you do that, darn it. I meant to have you underline. So really quick right now, as you're looking through this, go ahead and take your pen or your pencil and just look for things that are interesting, like where it's found. It lives in the forest of New Guinea. I'm gonna underline that part. Brightly colored, about its hood-like head. You don't have to copy my underlining, but I want you to kind of scan through it. Underline the facts that you think are interesting that you heard about in this. And you're also looking for relevant and important. This part was really interesting. The researcher a researcher was assisting. It scratched the man, his skin grew numb. He licked the cuts, his tongue grew numb. Feathers and skin poisonous. I know I'm going kind of fast here, but just
We need to
skim through this. Hold on, Alex. Just kind of skim through it and look for those facts that you think are interesting from in here. in the last paragraph, it eats fruit. Toxicity from eating corysine beetles. That's pretty interesting. Local natives know not to hunt or eat. Okay, so you might have underlined different things than me. You might have copied mine. That's okay too. As you're reading these articles, underline those things that you think are interesting or important or relevant. And notice I have too many. This is like that funnel idea, right? I underlined probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I underlined 9 things. You might even have more than that. But remember, we're only looking for 7 because we only have 7 facts that we need to include. So some of these are not going to go in your report. Just remember that. You're not going to write all the details, all the facts, only 7. So you have to pick which of the 7 you think is the most important or interesting or relevant. And then you're going to start filling in your outline. And you're going to follow the same rules as before, only 3 words. You can use numbers and symbols and abbreviations. All of those things are free. Yes, Abby, did you have a question?
Sorry, no, I didn't. I was just putting my hand up like this.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I thought you did. Okay, so since we have just a couple more minutes here, are there any questions about what you're going to do this week about your homework? Because you're going to do 1, 2, and 3. You're going to read these by yourself. Okay, Alex, I see your hand.
So, you know how you wrote poisonous up there? What is that supposed to mean?
Say that one more time.
You know how it says poisonous up there? What's that supposed to mean?
So basically, in your outline, you can have 3 words per line on your outline,
Same
keyword.
rules as last
So it's
time.
basically a word that I picked to describe the hooded pitahui. You could pick a different adjective like dangerous or unusual or something like that.
Can we
But
add
you
another
want
one?
to have, these are your topic sentences here. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah. So we
And
follow the same rules as the SSC.
the SSC is totally different. That's the story sequence chart. So this is definitely this is the KWO, remember?
All right, yeah.
We're going to follow the same rules as KWO where you have 3 words and you can use numbers and symbols and abbreviations too for free. But you're going to go through and choose which facts you want to include. Like for the first one, it lives in the forests of New Guinea. I might put here forests, New Guinea, because that's important to know
Yeah.
where they live. So I would do something like that.
Okay, that makes
Okay.
sense.
Okay, good. And then your checklist is a little bit different, and we didn't really get to cover the topic clincher. For those of you, I know a lot of you already know how to do topic clincher, so make sure you include that. If it's new to you, like I think Dominic and Ryan and Ramsey and Kristen, the topic clincher, I'll explain that a little bit better next week, and I'll make sure to catch up on my grading with your homework too, so you know what to look for your writing. I see some hands here. Let's see who else raised their hand. Hold on. Anybody else? Oh, Kristen, go ahead.
Do we write paragraphs for all the other sentences, all the other
The birds.
actually,
Is that what you're asking?
never mind.
Okay. You can stay on the Zoom a little bit at the end of class because I think I know what you're asking. I gotta let you guys go, but if you want to stay on for a minute, I'll explain it a little bit better if you have time to stay on. Because I know that was kind of fast at the end, but if you're good and you know what to do, you're free to go.
How do we do like the 2 to 3 things? The 2 it
The
must
topic
repeat. Yeah,
clincher.
it must repeat 2 to 3. So.
Alex,
I'll
basically you're just you need to have 2 to 3 words in the same first and last sentence of the paragraph.
Okay, at
I
least two
think.
or three.
Double check
Yeah.
with the teacher. I
No,
could be wrong.
that's a good way to put it. And we're going to go over that again next week if you're not sure. So don't worry, Alex. Just if you're not sure how to do that, don't worry about it this week. And then next week I'll explain it better. Okay.
Bye.
All right. Bye. If you have to go, it's okay. Bye, you guys. I'll see you next week. If you want to stay on for a second, you can.
Yeah, Tyler's message was crazy about the Raiders being poisoned.
Hey, Alex. Bye, Alex. I'll see you next week. Bye, Ryan and Ramsey. Have a good week.
These are bonds.
Tyler, do you want to stay on for a minute?
Yeah, I just needed to ask you a question.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. And then Kristen, I'll talk to
So,
you too.
in case I don't print the papers, can you upload 63 and 64 and 71 and 72 to Google Classroom, please?
You can find it.
I've been looking. I have no clue where they went.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what pages again?
62 and 63. I
Six,
mean 63 and 64.
oh, okay, 63 and 64.
And then 72 and 73. Nope, 71 and 72. Yeah.
So 63 and 64 and 71 and 72.
Yes.
All right.
I'll keep looking for them, but thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I'm
Have a
sorry
good
that
day.
happened. That's the worst. Hopefully you can
Yeah,
figure it out.
I'm working on it. All right, have a good
Okay.
day. Thank you.
All right, you too. Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye. All right, Kristen. I see Peanut there. Hi, Peanut.
He's like, what in the world? Um, so I was a bit confused. So can we like add like more detail than the detail that we add in this?
That's a great question. And I wanted to, oh wait, let me turn off the recording. I think I forgot to